Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to bake is chocolate macadamia biscottis. Now, if you're looking for a traditional biscotti recipe, I do have an excellent one on my channel. This particular cookie recipe is going to be made with, I just opened up a chocolate devil's food cake mix. So it's not your traditional recipe, but these biscottis come out fantastic. So let's get started. In a large bowl, as I did, just pour your cake mix, your devil's food chocolate cake mix into your bowl. And it is probably going to be much easier to do this recipe with a stand-up mixer, but due to the video, I'm going to use my hand mixer. And you're going to melt 1 stick of butter, and I did that in my microwave. And then just start pouring that into your dry mix. The next thing that you're going to do, and I'm at medium speed, just put in 2 eggs that I've had at room temperature. I'm going to raise my speed up a little bit. There's the second egg. And just stay with it till it becomes all moistened and combined. This is where you'll start raising your speed because the dough is going to get heavy. And this shouldn't take you too long, within maybe, within a couple minutes or 2 or 3 minutes, that kind of thing. Okay? And so far that's what I have, as you can see. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And this again is why I mentioned I think the stand-up mixer would be easier for this recipe. I'm going to put a little bit more flour in. Now you can also actually bring this dough together by hand. I'm going to put the rest of the flour in, and that was 1 cup. Now, you don't have to use macadamia nuts if you don't like them. I mean, you could use walnuts or pecans or whatever, that you like. And right now, again, I'm just trying to bring it all together. It is a very thick cookie dough. So it will take a little bit of patience. And again, this is what takes the most time. I'm just going to follow up now with my spatula and just start combining it. And now with my clean hands, I'm just going to start kneading it all together until I have all the dry combined into the cookie dough. Now you're going to need a 1/2 cup of chopped nuts, and I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup macadamia nuts, and I almost have it here. I'm just going to knead it a little bit with my hand and clean up the bowl. And then I'm going to show you what the dough looks like. Now you're going to need a little bit of flour too. You won't need a lot. I usually put out about 1/4 cup of flour that I'm going to put on my countertop, and then I dust my hands with it. And now I'm just kneading in the nuts. And again, with a stand-up, you won't have to do this by hand. I just want to make sure that all the nuts are combined evenly into the dough. Okay, and I think I've got it. I've cleaned out the bowl, got all that dough, and it will look like this when it comes out. Alright, and just take a little bit of flour, just lightly dust it, and really then just put flour on your hands is what's really the most important thing. And what you're going to do is you want to form this 14 inches. And you want the width to be about 4 inches across. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is a rectangle. And you can have it a little bit thicker towards the center. So now I'm going to check with my measuring tape here. And I'm a little bit over. So I want to bring that down to 14 inches. Okay, there we have it. And 4 inches across. And I'll take a look at that. That's perfect. So it's 14 by 4. And you want the thickness about 1/2 inch. Now, you can form this on your tray. Either use foil or parchment paper. I'm using foil. But you can actually form it on your cookie tray or pan. I tend to not like to do that. I actually like to just move mine over, and if it goes out of shape a little bit, I just check it again. If it gets a little bit pulled out of shape, you can just measure it up again and then put it in the right amount of length for it. Now when you bake these, they are going to expand. So, and my cookie sheet, I've got to have enough room on the end. So that's why I'm trying to be very careful to make it 14 inches. Okay. There we go. So they will look like this. Now, once you have this all set and you've measured it out properly, then put it in a 350-degree oven. And what you're going to do is you're going to bake this from anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. You're going to know at that point when you put a cake tester in the center or a toothpick if it comes out dry. What you'll want to do next is, after that 30 or that 35 minutes, let it cool down for 10 minutes before you touch it out of the oven. And then just go ahead and cut it into 14 slices. After you put it cut into the slices, then lay the cookie on its side. Then at that point, return it back to the oven for 10 minutes. Then after the 10 minutes, shut your oven off. Keep the cookies in the oven anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes till they're completely crisp and they're hardened to the desire that you want. So very quickly again, bake this in the log shape. As I mentioned, it's a little confusing, so that's why I want to repeat it. 30 to 35 minutes, let it cool on a cooling rack, then cut it into 14 slices, lay them on their side, put it back in the oven for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, shut the oven off, but leave the cookies in and let them sit in there for 30 to 40 minutes. When the cut cookies come out, then you can put it on a cooling rack and let those cookies cool for about 2 hours. Now, once they are baked up, they will come out and look like this, as you can see. And you're cutting them about 1 inch in size of a cookie, and they come out absolutely beautiful. These biscottis really taste great with a cappuccino, a cup of coffee, tea, whatever, or by themselves. They're really great tasting cookies. And it's made from a cake mix. So give this one a try, and I hope you like it. If you do, I'd like to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.